Y'all ready for this?
Cryptomatic!
Got my finger on the trigger. 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 On the trigger. Got my finger on the trigger. Got my finger on the trigger.
What the hex is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
Good morning, you guys. When Bob's.
Oh, let's go. I mean, I love the red, little sad boy vibes, but angry, definitely angry. So violence is coming.
What can we expect from this guy right here tonight?
Just the full package, you know. I'm looking up to put on a show, violence, you know, and an art, you know, martial arts.
06 Maxis, whole lot of Maxis. Pulschain, Maxi. October has to attack me. Dream with your heart if you ask me. I eat the pretzel, I'm nasty. It's still the bear market, I'm winning. I had a goal and I hit it. They only mad that you committed. Yes. Pulschain, Hex, I got incentive too. DC, ain't with it. But I like to FOMO too. Swap in, swap out.
I plan to have a coin that has a value higher than the market cap of Bitcoin and onboard millions and millions of users into something that makes their lives better. And I'm supposed to feel bad about that. I think you may have it backwards.
I plan to win the 100-meter gold at the Olympics, but it's not going to happen.
Peter, over $1 billion of Bitcoin has already claimed their fucking hex in 5 days. Dumbass. Do you know how much money that is? Dumbass. It's a lot of money. It's more money than you'll ever have. Okay, that's in 5 fucking days with no ads. No ads, Peter. $0 spent on marketing, bro. Do you know how good that performance is? You know whose chat rooms are growing in size in crypto? Hexes.
Hex.
Not anyone that I fucking know of, because I'm in the other chats. They're dying.
Go fuck yourself.
The biggest winner, of course, was Hex, and we want to know, well, what the heck?
What the heck? What the heck?
What the heck?
What the hex?
Cabana's dancing.
CabanaCrypto.
That was a fun little intro.
Quality has come returned to the show. Look at this.
What the hex?
There
We
you go.
even have a logo now. We have a new logo. We're going to print T-shirts and mugs and hats.
And
And
look, Cabana
international
likes it so
phenomenon.
much, he painted it on his ceiling.
Yes, you
That's
did.
dedication.
Yeah.
That's respect. Respect.
it's very good. You
Well,
can in these
Papa, I
shops.
mean,
You can eat
you'll
like a washing shampoo with a fragrance and have it with the what the hex branded on. So
Shampoo.
it's going to be interesting.
He's thinking about shampoo for merch. I take issue with that. Some of us have hair and some of us don't. Rather a bald cream or a wax of some sort. Cabana, you were going to say before my DJ steamrolled right over our guest.
No, I was just
what-
going to say that both of you would appreciate this. I just got back from my prostate exam, and I got the thumbs up. So
I have a story. The thumbs up. I get it. The thumbs up. You get the prostate exam.
Okay.
Thumbs. I've got a story that to match you. It's so funny that we were
Funny you should
region.
say that.
Funny you should say that.
well, I was
have-
joking, but you go ahead and tell your truth.
You're too young for such kind of
You
exams.
lured me
Cabana.
into revealing something about my testicle exam.
Mm.
You know what? And this is the God's honest truth. Let's just jump right into it because we got so many viewers right now. Thank you, viewers that are actually here. That got the word. Spread it out. Go
Yes.
retweet.
Share the link
And-
on your socials.
Yes,
Subscribe.
we got
and
Peter
like
here
and
now to
ring the
witness
bell.
my. Yeah. So this is a true story. You know, Cabana and DJ Peter, close your. No, don't listen now because you're
Can't
much
hear you.
younger.
Sorry.
Yeah, good. That's good. You can't hear me. DJ Cryptomatic and Cabana and myself are all within the same ballpark of age.
No.
Yes, we are.
Cabana is way younger.
Cabana-
That's a big ballpark, Papa.
No, he's not. He looks younger. He's not.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, especially if he's talking about the thumbs up, that's funny. Thank you. No, but you find yourself in these weird situations as you get older. You know, your doctor says, let's take an ultrasound of those family jewels. And you say to yourself, sure, whatever the doctor says, I'm paying through the nose for this insurance. Let's get that ultrasound. Little do you know, there's no dignity in an ultrasound of your testicles. There's just, you're there. You've got a 30-year-old nurse, or actually an imaging specialist, who's greased up your nuries and looking at them, and poking and pinching and tucking and slurrying it up and getting that image done. And it takes a while. It takes a while. I'm saying it's taking a while. She says, don't worry. At the very beginning, she's like, don't worry. You don't have to disrobe completely. Just take your pants and your underwear down to your knees and lay down on the table. And I said, oh, thank God my knees will still be covered, because I almost would be embarrassed at the thought of revealing myself completely to
I
you.
would think it'd be more comfortable just to take it all off and
You know, as you do. So
maybe
anyway,
leave the socks on just to make them uncomfortable. But
I left my hat on as the song.
Oh, okay.
So I'm getting ready for, whatever. I don't care. I just don't want to have cancer, right? So we're going through the procedure, and it's a long time, and I'm like, have you ever heard of HEX? So I actually was onboarding while my testicles were being probed. And we had a delightful conversation. Talk about an elevator pitch.
Yep, there you go.
I was
Jesus
able to
Christ.
go the whole thing. We had a discussion back. Hey, Peter, always be onboarding, right? Come on, you got to spread the gospel, spread the good word. If you
Was
like
it
what
one
we
of
do-
these exams
Sounds like you
where they
spread
just give
something
you a
and
little,
spread something else,
just
too.
give you a little blanket, and then the doctor
Yes.
leaves
Yeah.
behind a concrete wall?
No,
and say,
no,
"Oh,
no, no,
you'll be
no.
fine."
This is ultrasound. It's close and physical, and she got the magic wand, and she's just pushing it right up there and playing around. The punchline is, I got the report back, and wouldn't you know it, my testicles are unremarkable. But at the end of the report, it says, "But tell me more about this HEX thing." That's
I
Very
don't
good.
believe that.
Yeah,
I
no, that's not the real part now. But I did onboard her, and I told her all about go to
That sounds more like a
Pulsechain.
that sounds
What-
more like a pulse on board, really. If
I did tell her. I said that we got this community around Pulsechain, and let me tell you what it really means. She got a good chuckle after that. I said, "Are you finding my undercock? Are you finding my no?" Yeah.
Did you ask her if 14 is like super good, or is that like just godlike, or if like 10 is average, or no? Didn't get into the pulses. Okay.
We'll follow up because I'll find some excuse to get back on her table. I'll say, could you really just dig deeper? Could you push harder? Could you probe more violently into my testicles? But hey, unremarkable.
We got it done. So
Papa's testicles are unremarkable. .pls is now taken.
Bronze balls for the bear market.
That's right. She said,
unremarkable thoughts. Where's beard when you need him?
Coronas. Exactly.
She said, "My God, these are made of brass. You must have survived a bear market."
Let me say hi to the chat real quick before we go further. We got a Hex Squid who is the first today. Yo,
yay!
Wake the Wookie up. Where's my Wookie? Nice, thank you. There it is. And Archie S, nice to come in on this prostate talk. Is a great third. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. We're still on our new channel. We have 25 people watching live right now. Which, given that we only have 150 followers, that's more than a 10% viewage. So get the likes up.
We're mooning.
25%.
Yes, it's not quite. But we get hundreds of views on the X lately because we're also simulcasting on the Twitter. So shout out to the replay gang. And we got CabanaCrypto in the house. Welcome to the show. Episode 53.
Why are you here? Tell us. Tell us.
Are you asking Papa?
Host of the Fantastic Happy Hour, I wanted to say. Do you know why the Happy Hour is such a success?
Tell me, Mr. DJ. Because we have the best pregame show in all of crypto.
Because you drink on the show.
More important, you have broadcasting experience. It's like it's not amateur night when the happy shower show is
Happy
on.
showers.
Happy shower show. That's a new one. That's late night.
That's why I saw the doctor
on somebody else's channel. Yeah.
Tell us about that. In your younger years, you did a lot of sports broadcasting, isn't that right?
Semi. Like that's kind of what I went to school for. And then I realized that to be on like an ESPN or like a Fox Sports or something like that. Well, of course, it was only ESPN at the time or some major network. To be one of those key guys, the chances are like somebody becoming a professional sports athlete, maybe a little bit more than that, but to get, a very nice salary and to travel all around, it was decent money. And I don't know, I had higher goals. So I just pursued different avenues in advertising and went the digital route because that was picking up back in the day that Papa and I are so familiar with many decades ago. And yeah, I'm kidding. But, I went that route, and I did some videography and some just minor production stuff in college, enough to like know what I was doing. But
didn't you like cover wasn't it ice hockey or some sports games? Because that's very hard to like do the commentary live.
No, I did not do commentary, but I did.
Okay,
like I helped with like some video production and audio and stuff like that.
DJ attending a mud wrestling competition 3 weeks in a row does not qualify you as a sports commentator.
I'm trying to throw him some bones here. He's like,
I want to know.
I did the editing. I was like,
yeah, I get it. Cabana, could we see a sample of your ability to call the plays, in real time if we showed you like the hex chart, for example, on the 1 second chart and it was ticking? Could you call it? Like, could we hear you do the play-by-play? Would that be possible?
I think that would be kind of awful, but yeah,
Yes.
show the old SEC dip. That would have been fun.
Okay. Can you imagine this is can you go for the 1 second chart there? Can we see some action so he could actually call it?
I mean, right now, folks, we're looking at a potential nice cup and handle, but
Go ahead.
No, this is like big pep territory where we got like instant moves, and there's no way I could comment on something like that. Half the time, these guys, they just talk, so fluently with ease because they're just conversationalists. My show isn't quite like that. Like I talk, I guess, with ease, but sports broadcasting is a totally different animal, in my opinion.
That's an art if you like really want to do that.
Yes, and it's easy to call out players and jersey numbers and whatnot, but I guess you have to, especially something like hockey, you have to look at it like Wayne Gretzky to understand where the puck is going. Then I think if you know the flow of the game and what to expect and where the play could go, then your call of the action could be much more fluid rather than, trying to guess and be like, describe just what happened. Okay, he passed it here and then he got hit here. Those guys just fill in the blanks, so well.
Cabana, you've just stumbled on inadvertently the name of our Tuesday show that we're going to start up.
Can't wait to hear it.
It's Where the Puck.
Tuesday show. I can't do this 2 times a week with you.
Where the puck, Peter?
Yeah, Peter doesn't understand anything. That's why we keep him around. He's our straight man.
But we have Super Bowl weekend coming up in the Americans. So what is your favorite team there?
Out of the two, I can't really say I like either one, but it's turned, I think a lot of America, unless you are, there's a funny map going around and it's, the fans who America is rooting for. And it's like in California, it's San Francisco, in Kansas City and part of Missouri, it's Kansas City. And then everywhere else is just like, I don't really care. Probably just don't let the Chiefs win because we're so sick of Taylor Swift. And that's kind of where I'm
she's
at,
with with those
She's
guys.
uniting the United States.
Yeah, it's just as a football fan, I know so many football fans. It's like this is like kind of like the guys' time to get together on Sundays and whatnot. And then it seems like, of course, with less and less teams being available or getting more and more teams getting eliminated, so we only have 2 teams now. Anytime the past couple weekends you watch, you turn on a football game, if it's Kansas City Chiefs, like Taylor Swift's on the screen. And it's just like, it's a total distraction, I think.
It gets politicized and
well, that too. I don't even get into that, but
yeah,
it's
I got a question. I watched the Super Bowl for the commercials. I'm that type of
I enjoy the commercials as well.
I watch it for the halftime show.
I wonder. Yeah, that's a good thing too. Wonder though, how many ads for crypto related products do you think you're going to see this year?
What's the over under? I go like 2.
2. Okay, so
it used to be a lot of FTX stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, and crypto.com and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So what do you? So are we going to play the over under? I'm going to give you a what do they call
2.5.
2.5 is what we get decimals. What's a 0.5?
Well, yeah, that way you could be right at 2 or right at 3, and you're not going to push it at 2.
So you're putting your chip like in between like 23 black and like 24 black. Is that what you're?
This is what I'm giving you. Yeah. Do you think it's going to be over 2.5 or under 2.5?
I think it will be under 2.5. I think it'll be 2 right on the money. DJ, what do you want to take? Cabana stretched between the 2 and 3. He wins, so that's he just decided.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 3.
I was setting the odds for you guys.
Oh, the odds for us.
But my first answer was 2. So.
No, I'm going with more than that because now the ETF ads and all that is very hot. So
that's a good point.
They're even on TV, and now they're even
we're only
doubling each other up on that.
We're only like 10 days out, and usually I think right around this time we start to get like who the advertisers are, and you have like the leaked ads and stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if we know most of the advertisers within like the next week or so leading up to it. And I don't like that really, because I used to like the surprise, and I would actually like Papa like watch the commercials for that. But a lot of times now the ads are out before the Super Bowl, so it's like your big reveal has already been spoiled. So it's just like So that allows people like me to not have to pay attention during commercials anymore, and I can go off and make another beverage.
Oh, Alan says trailer Swift. Well done, sir. This should have been a super chat, but we can't take them yet. We need more subscribers, you guys. So please hit the
likes and subscribes.
Yeah, one last on the sports things, because I know you're a big sports guy.
Yes.
When I was in Vegas the last time, I was walking around some like how do you call them, sports apparel shops and stores. And then I realized that the Raiders are now based in Las Vegas. And me growing up in hip hop culture, the LA Raiders with the hat and the pirate thing, that was always like LA and hip hop and Dr. Dre,
Oakland,
and Compton, Oakland, exactly. Oakland Raiders, yeah, that's what it was. And doesn't that take away from the whole magic if these teams are now moving, who've been the hometown like city for years, the home team basically, are now moving to like these posh places like Miami or Vegas? Isn't that weird?
I think
it's allowed.
It's a little weird, because I was talking with somebody just like a week ago and talking about the Raiders, and I said Los Angeles, and I was just like, wait a second, hold on. they're Vegas now. So it does, like, these historic franchises get in your head, and before that they were Oakland. So it is a little weird. I think it's way easier when they do a rebrand. So I live, everybody knows, near DC. So Baltimore has the Ravens. They used to be the Browns. So when they came here, they became the Ravens and kind of just renamed the entire thing, which was cool because that's their own brand. And then Cleveland eventually got their team back, renamed them the Browns. And, it's
because less attachment then. Yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Where are the Rams are now LA, correct? They're back in LA, or are they gone too?
Yeah, the Rams are Los Angeles Rams, right?
Good, because that's what I grew up understanding. Damn it. And didn't they leave for a while? Didn't they go
they went to
else?
St. Louis, right?
Yeah, so that freaked me out as a kid. I'm like, what?
But the LA Lakers, that's another one. Aren't they in Vegas too?
No, not the Lakers.
But some basketball team relocated as well.
I don't think it's the Lakers.
Oh, maybe I got that confused.
Sure.
Well, I'm German anyway. What do I know? Right, crypto.
Yes.
That's why people are here.
Yes.
Peter, what's going on?
Prices.
With Pulsechain.
Yes. Yes,
Prices
crypto prices.
Well, do we have a deep?
Deep? No.
Oh, okay.
Well, depends on what you look at.
Yeah.
I don't have any charts.
This is where we are.
How are we looking?
If we go for like a weather report, I mean,
well, a lot of those derivatives are screaming right now. So we got Hedron, Icosa, Calm, for those who like to go that route. When I checked this morning, it was up like 40%. It was crazy.
And Richard Hart tweeted about liquid loans today, which was nice. So the loan token pumped 60% on that tweet.
Wow.
It has since corrected, but it's interesting to see them being acknowledged like that. So it was Go Pulse, which you see
token,
here.
For God's sakes. Look
at
this.
$3 incentive token. PLS is up 1.3 above SAC, so that is nice. Pulse X still catching up, is still 50% correction from SAC levels, but also doing really well.
What's interesting about the
DJ
token is
loan token was up.
Peter, shush. Please, Cabana. Forgive him, for he knows not how he interrupts.
I'm here for interrupting, okay?
I know.
Yeah, that's his job. Yeah. Cabana, you were saying?
No, I was saying it's interesting that if you've kept an eye on the liquidity pools on PulseX for Ink and say Ink and PulseX or Ink and Pulsechain, after that like violent move up that Ink had, the yields have gone way up because it scared a lot of people out of putting their assets in those pools, pairing Ink with Pulse, pairing Ink with Pulsechain, because they want to hold on to their Pulse and PulseX in a way. So I think the yield went up to like, I think maybe over 50% for both of them. I think it was in maybe the high 30s, like just before that huge move.
And
when
Cabana,
was it?
did you check the farms on PulseX?
Oh, maybe that's I said pools, farms, right? So your Pulse Ink,
The multipliers got adjusted after Richard went public again, or how to say it.
Yeah.
So
it's a nice little. We got this could be like a little baby cup and handle forming here. I might form up the handle a little bit.
Yes, a little cup.
Oh yeah, let's do tea leaves reading. Yeah,
so we flag out here for a few more days, and then our next leg up. There we go.
But Bitcoin is correcting. Like what?
Yeah, well, if that's your cup, it's a bit crooked though. So this would have been the handle already, and then we broke out of this. So yeah, you may be very spot on here.
The measured move is to infinity.
A nice wick up to $4.2.
1 million hex to remember.
Oh man.
It's funny.
What about Bitcoin? Cabana, are you still in touch with your TradFi buddies?
Oh, I am. I do. He does.
What's the overall sentiment in the tradition?
He's actually been spot on with Bitcoin. He's very good when it comes to that. I'm still, he asked me about Hex pretty much, twice a month probably. He has a space crypto show. He came on actually happy hour and
the debris coin.
Yes, exactly.
The world famous.
I do help him host calls for that, just because mainly we talk about space. We don't talk about that coin in particular.
Right.
But it's like a half hour, and there's one guy on there. His name's Dan. He's just a super smart, just industry expert, and I've learned so much about space talking that. Anyway, that's but yes, that was my way of saying that Cody and I do keep in touch, and he's been pretty much spot on with this entire Bitcoin move. So he pretty much the right before it happened, he was like, if it gets approved, we're gonna go up and then down, and then the next week he was like, I think we're going sideways to down, and pretty much we've gone sideways to down. So he's he's long-term bullish on Bitcoin, but he's very narrow focused when it comes to other cryptos. He thinks, in his belief is that it's just Bitcoin and fair launch tokens. Like he views.
Good luck with
his coin, right? And I disagree with him flat out. And I'm not, not shy
even
about
Bitcoin wasn't fair launched. What the hell?
Right, but
what the hell?
What the
heck? Financial damage.
What the hex? But he views that as kind of like the original, and that's all that there's. He doesn't even. He's not even a huge fan of Ethereum. Like, dude, like pretty much everything's built on Ethereum. So
yeah,
he thinks Brad Armstrong for Coinbase should like go to jail, and I think he's changed his tune on that, because they're they're like the custodian, or one of the custodians for BlackRock and a lot of these other.
They're the only one, I think.
They are. Yeah.
And so like when you wear your hat like you have right on now, it's got Pulsechain. He's like, I don't understand. I don't see anything on your hat. It's like blank to me. I couldn't fathom a fork of something that doesn't exist.
Yeah. And you know what? It's really funny because the Hex community probably has never even heard of the show, because it literally has like 4 viewers, like live viewers, like a week or whatever. But again, it's just dudes talking about space. Pretty much we listen to Dan, who's like the super smart guy who works for like Houston or something at some space base or whatever. But
Space base.
Yeah, space base. But it is an inside joke. So if any Hexkin watches any show that I host for him, there is always a Hex or Pulsechain logo in that show.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
That's great.
Hidden
That's
little
all we want.
subliminal messaging. Yes.
Yes, exactly. And it's just
Hey,
like my little thing. And he'll see he got on me, he was
He got
about
on
to
you.
take
Wait a second.
victory
This is a
laps about the
family-friendly
SEC stuff, and he was like, now this was before Richard said he was going to fight back. He was like, have you given up? He's like, is this it? Like, can you finally tell me that you have thrown in the towel on Hex and Pulsechain? And I'm like, no, I can't. I was like, and I think a lot of people may have, but it's also the staking mechanism for Hex that has kept those people in the game. So think about if Hex, was just purely liquid, how many people would have gotten out? How wrecked the chart would have been.
Yeah.
Instead of, people actually having, long-term stakes, 7-year, 10-year, something that they would absolutely nuke themselves with, especially pre-big payday. And, they held on because of that, or I would think a lot of people did. Some people got out, but whatever. But those people held on and they got rewarded because, we kind of came out of the other side with some good news that the fight goes on and just not a total capitulation, give up, chart dumps into the basement and never climbs out of it.
Speaking of competitions and basement and never giving up, DJ had me prepare a dad joke off with you, Cabana, because this is your trademark thing over at your show. Normally it's Vince that
I haven't joked off a man since Vince.
You haven't joked off a man since Vince.
Actually, that's a lie.
Shout out to Crypto Wins.
Yeah, I also joked off Hexray Vision once.
Oh,
so yeah,
you did. And were you successful? Was it a successful joke?
Diversify, the diversifier extraordinaire. That's what I mean by that. So now I'm diversifying even further with Papa. So
okay.
No, actually, Hexray put up a really funny clip on his channel, and he edited the joke off, so it's pretty much just joke reaction, and it was a really funny edit. So if you want to check out something funny, that's how that last one went.
Nice.
It's funny in real time because it takes so long for these things to like sink in, percolate, and it goes like, Vince has got like the circulation kind of goes from the neck to the brain, and then pow, he comes up with the amazing idea, like registers. And to see his reaction,
the grunting.
Yeah. You've lost, Vince. No, that wasn't a laugh.
Well, would you guys like to play a little joke off sessions? Are we?
We can joke each other off in front of you guys. Yes.
Joke each other off.
Joking. Well, I've made an intro, so
are
you guys ready to go?
What the hex?
A good old-fashioned joke off.
Ein old-fashioned joke off. I like that because Germans are always the funniest.
I mean, I can go. How many we have, Pop? How many you have, Pop? I got like 7 or 8 here.
Yeah, 7 or 8. Okay, I have mine ill-rehearsed.
Okay.
But I've got more jokes than you can possibly imagine.
All right.
And by the way, strike me down and I'll come back more powerful than you can possibly imagine. So, much to your chagrin, I'm going to hit you below the belt right away. I'm going to tell you that all of mine are Star Wars related because I know that you're a big Star Wars fan, as I am.
Thank you.
So, yes, because as you know, that's where I think we're going to hit your soft, sweet spot. Because you've had so much time to rehearse over the years that you've been doing this. So, so I'm handicapping basically.
Gotcha.
You
appreciate.
All right.
So what are the rules? Who laughs first has to take a shot. Is that what we're doing? Or
I didn't bring any liquor with me, but yeah, it's usually like a best of 7. That's what we do on our show. So yeah, it's just how many laughs you get out of like 7 jokes kind of thing. So yeah.
Okay. All right, Papa B's on you. Let's go.
Oh, I have to go first?
Yes.
Okay.
You draw the shit end off the stick.
So this is going to be like you can't do that on television from the 80s. It's like, hey, Cabana.
Hey, Papa.
Why did Han Solo leave the restaurant in a huff?
I don't know. Why did he?
The steak was chewy.
It's good. It's good. See, DJ already lost, so you can't cover your mouth like that.
Shots.
Yeah. Shots. Good job, Papa.
Thank you. No reaction. Oh, there you go. See, look, DJ Cryptomatic gets a laugh with the sound effect. I can't land.
I'm trying to hold in my laughter.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Papa.
Hey, Cabana.
Did you know that there was a Roman emperor that never aged past the age of 19? His name was Constantine. Thanks, Mr. DJ. I appreciate it.
It's okay. Why did... sorry. Hey, Cabana.
Hey, Papa.
Why didn't any of Luke Skywalker's marriages work out?
I want to say something with a sister, but no. I don't know. Why?
Because he always followed Obi-Wan's advice. Use divorce, Luke.
Use divorce. Yes, play on use divorce. Very good. Yes.
What is Star Wars?
What's Star Wars? Yes.
Yep, exactly.
All right, we'll channel RG3 on this one. Hey, Papa.
Hey, RG3.
Why can't pirates finish the alphabet?
I'll bite. Why can't pirates finish the alphabet?
They get lost at sea.
Now I see. You lost. He lost.
Peter is now getting the joke.
It's like, what? You need like a light that goes off on Peter and when it like clicks. But yeah.
Hey, Cabana.
Hey, Papa.
Where did Luke Skywalker get his cybernetic hand?
From the medical bot on the medical frigate. I don't know.
The second-hand store.
See, that was very good there. I like that one. That's good. I had not heard that one. That's good. Thank you. Hey, Papa.
Hey, Cabana.
I hired a handyman and gave him a to-do list. When I got home, only numbers 1, 3, and 5 were done. Turns out he only does odd jobs.
Acknowledged.
Okay. I got a cricket rating for Mr. DJ. Thank you.
Hey, Cabana.
Hey, Papa.
Back to the entire premise that Han Solo is at a restaurant, because this is a common theme in my life.
Obviously.
What did Han Solo say to the waiter who recommended the haddock?
Never tell me the odds. I don't know.
Never sell me the cods.
That was good because I was so close. But yeah.
So close.
Very close. Impressive.
Very close.
That was good. I enjoyed that one. Got me on that one.
Hex!
Not the hex.
Exactly.
Question, Papa.
I will acknowledge your query and request the answer.
If a man speaks in the forest and his wife is not there to hear him, is he still wrong? Waiting for the light to click for Mr.
That
DJ.
is an apt one-liner. That is an apt one-liner. Seeing that Are you married, Cabana?
A gentleman never tells.
That's the joke unto itself. Hey, Cabana.
Hey, Papa.
What was Lando's nickname before he became a skilled pilot?
I don't know.
Crash Dough. They can't all be golden.
That was a Vince grunt there.
Yeah, okay. Got a Vince grunt out of you. Okay. Oh, okay. We got. I think we're nearing the end of this thing, so let's go one more round. One more back.
Oh, I have two more.
Oh, two more. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yep.
All right. Did you know that Peter down there, he and I argued all day yesterday about what to call a medieval soldier. It got late, so we called it a knight.
That one had like a little wasabi tinge to it.
Yeah.
It almost had me kind of guffawing, but it ended in kind of a sigh.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like a fine wine, I was really letting it kind of breathe.
Yeah, somebody got to let age to perfection there.
Well, okay. All right. I think I can rustle up one more and then we'll end with yours, right? That will be the way we do it.
Sounds fine to me.
Okay. Why? Oh, okay. Hey, Cabana.
Hey, Papa.
Why did Princess Leia Organa wear her hair up in those cute little buns?
To turn on Han Solo, I don't know.
So her hair wouldn't hang so low. Again, very close.
I was on
close.
the right.
You were
path.
on. You were on the wavelength. You were going there. Yes. Yep. So now, the last punishment is yours.
Oh, hey, Papa.
Hey, Cabana.
What happens when you eat aluminum foil?
Well, having done it, it passes through your gut painfully. I don't know, Cabana. What happens when you eat aluminium foil? This is for the Brits, by the way.
You sheet metal.
All right. That was the joke off, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel joked off.
Yes, we did it in front of chat and two other dudes. So there you go.
I'm very
What the hex?
A good old-fashioned joke off.
All right.
Did he pay for the traffic cone? Because those things ain't cheap, man.
I was also a first chair sax player in high school.
We are unwrapping nuggets tonight.
That's what this show's about. Nobody cares about it much.
Totally.
Is there any end to the skill set that is CabanaCrypto?
Musician, talk show host, it's just
commentator, friend of a Bitcoin maxi. I mean, is there
investor?
Investor
Dad joke
supreme.
slayer. Very well done. We have to touch on one topic here, and that will be also interesting to hear Cabana's take on it. Shout out to our brother T-Bone, Hexican brother, who we helped out the other day with his Trezor issues, and now he's tuning into the show. Salute to you. We are so glad that nothing really happened and you were able to recover all of your stuff. Also, shout out to Johnny Chaos, who wasn't able or willing to answer his question, but at least he managed to pass him our way. So kudos to Johnny Chaos, and that's what it's all about. Cabana,
hold on a second. That's a great point, and I want to nail this down. Johnny Chaos, exemplary, specimen of a wise person that is not afraid to say that I don't know, and then seek another opinion in public. By the way, we don't take things into DM right away. accept any crypto-related security advice always in public first, so that you can get different data points, and always double check with someone else. Don't just take it for granted that you're talking to a legitimate person that wants to help you, because people are getting rinsed more and more now. It's on the uptick again. We're going to see it go sky high once again. My DM box, I hope to God, is not going to overflow in this bull market. The crescendo being, floods of people being rinsed. After 4 years of sticking to this whole thing of ours, to be rinsed would just be a huge heartbreak, and it will be an impediment for all of us to enjoy the end that we so, heartily and fittingly deserve. So please take a look at b9.xyz. Not a sponsor of the show, but we just happen to have these plugs like ready and waiting to run whenever we mention b9.xyz. Take a look at it and post there, direct any kind of good security related stuff that you see from good sources. Shoot it. Thank you very much. Shoot it into our form that we have on the site, and you may earn some tokens for your time.
This whole system of yours could be on fire, and I couldn't even turn on a kitchen tap without filling out a 27B/6.
Cabana, one of our pet peeves here with the other OGs in the community seems to be, and please tell us that you're on our side with this stuff, that they sometimes make these tweets. We just had an episode of this last week again with Nerd Girl, who we really love, but we don't love that take of hers on hardware wallets. Like, hardware wallets, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, we are always like, before you start with crypto, invest the $60, get a hardware wallet first before you buy the Ethereum. Please tell us that when you do some onboarding or teach new people coming to the space, that this is also something that you tell them. Or what is your view on that whole hardware wallet or not vibe?
I immediately tell all of my onboards to send their coins to exchanges, because
right,
What a troll!
Because why not?
Yeah. No, it's funny that you asked that, because I do have a couple of younger onboards, like college age potential onboards, that have asked me about crypto.
Right.
And I came, kind of like, okay, well, haven't done like a pitch in a while. What are like the top few things on my list? And that's like top, 1 to 3 is get yourself a hardware wallet, and obviously don't tell anybody your seed phrase. Like Papa would appreciate this. Like I will give them a treasure and be like, this weapon is your life. Because that's how I feel about it. Yes, I'm very hardware wallet pro hardware wallet. And you can put like layers on that. So you could have, say, your Trezor or whatever, and your seed phrase, and give it to somebody in your computer with all of your websites and your crypto on it, and you get knocked out and somebody takes it, and if you still have if you have a security measure or two up here or somewhere else, they can't do anything with it.
Yes.
No brain wallets.
Yeah.
Incorporating a passphrase could save you that whole headache in case you get wrench attacked and they get your seeds, or somebody robs you. As long as they don't have your passphrase, if you're using a passphrase, a robust passphrase, and also backing that up in the real world somewhere in your life, right? That is not, it's flood and fire resistance, as we say, then they can't get your goodies, period. And even if there's an exploit from the manufacturer or anything to do with any of these things, that these, parade of imaginary horribles that people throw at me all the time, they always have to stop and say, well, yeah, a passphrase would totally neutralize that attack.
Yep.
It all comes to the passphrase.
Yep.
You know?
And I have, I teach everybody that right there. Exactly.
Yeah, because
So-
it's on the rise again as the market is recovering and crypto becomes more valuable. It's just such a honeypot for people with criminal intention, because for them that's very, like, they don't have to physically rob somebody or break into someone's house. They can just sit in the comfort of their office if they are hackers, and steal actual money from people all over the world. It's very attractive for criminals, so you must protect yourself. And these things are on the rise again. We just had several incidents again just this last week where somebody here put in he was looking for the URL to the Pulsechain bridge and typed it into the Google search engine, and the first one or two links that came up were in fact fake Pulsechain bridge versions set up by hackers, and he lost all his stuff that he put into the bridge, and
That's
it
terrible.
never came out.
Who is this? Jizzboy.pls?
Shout out to jzbizzleboy.pls for highlighting that. So you want to go to, I don't know, go.pulse.com or go to gorealdefi.com by RHMax and get the links from there. They also have mechanics to verify that you're on the right links. It's really important. And then again, just yesterday, I heard from someone in the Crypto Sparbuch Telegram, where I'm sometimes reading, that Richard is tweeting, and he opened up the comment section again. So the scammers leaving comments all over, and they make up an impersonator account that looks like Richard, just the name is spelled a little different, but has the same profile pic, and then they try to lure them in Richard's comments to phishing sites and fake site, and he clicked on it because he thought there was something like a bonus hex airdrop if you click this link, which of course is rubbish, but he did, and did some other interaction, signed a transaction, and then they emptied his complete wallet. And also very bad that this was his main hex wallet with all the for years stakes, so he was very concerned that, which didn't happen, they just emptied whatever was liquid, but still the danger is there that they can also like take everything. So I don't know, we cannot highlight this enough. Actually, this afternoon I sat at my computer and I tried to make a meme about this. Check this out.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So what is the $64,000 question? Holy cow, I'm gonna have to tough it up now. Here we go. What's the $64,000 question for
Big
the
Steve.
field? What is the most asked question that
Ballmer.
I've received this week? What the hell are we supposed
the
to
hex?
do about .net, Steve? It's a very good question, and it's got a very, very clear answer.
Antiperspirant.
The key to .net, the key to industry transformation, the key to success is
Harbor walls, 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 harbor walls.
Yes.
Okay, I apologize for my video editing skills, but still, that's how I feel.
On
It's
a-
amazing.
On a slightly different but similar theme note, I did think of an idea that Papa would like. That you would, if you could dub Obi-Wan talking to Luke, and then have like, Richard's comment section is open back up, and then Luke's looking at it, and then he's like, what's that? And he's, and Papa doing Obi-Wan's voice, he's like, the comments section of Richard's Twitter. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy. We must be cautious.
Must be cautious. You will never find a more wretched hive of scum or villainy.
Exactly.
We must be cautious. I love the fact that we've got this in common, Cabana. This is just so great. You're my brother in Hex and Pulse and the thin sinew of Star Wars comedy. It's nice to find another original Star Wars viewer. Did you see them in the theater, by the way? I was wondering. to not to dox your age, but I think that you did.
I might have
back in the day.
seen Jedi in the theater, but that's about it.
Oh, that's you ignored them. So basically, you are younger than me.
Yeah,
Great, thanks.
a little bit.
Well, but now that the grayscale GPTC bit, that discount is gone as well. It hit really zero this week. Maybe there will be a grayscale ad at the Super Bowl. Who knows? But do you also think that like the worst is behind us in terms of outlook, Cabana? How do you see this 2024 passing out for us and the RH?
I hope we don't pass out.
I hope I
well as
do.
broader crypto. What is your take on what we can see this year?
I mean, I've felt pretty much since that FTX bottom was in, I thought it would take a lot to go back down and even get close to that. What was it, 15, 16K?
16,
I mean,
yes.
That was like what, 15 months ago, something like that. So I think that it didn't feel always like it, but we've been in the bull, and I think this year lines up to be bullish. I know there are a lot of people saying, oh well, the halving, or it's another sell the news event. Well, that may be the case for the very short term, but I do think historically, if we're going by previous cycles, and we have plenty to go from. I think this year serves to be a bullish event for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and to a greater extent, those coins, under it, the L2s and the hexes and everything else.
Maybe we have a date now for the halving already advertised. Oops, sorry, I just went too far.
It's April, right?
It's April 20th.
420. Hello.
At Middish May at 9:15 in the morning. So that's not far out. That's like what, 2.5, 3 months, almost 3 months.
9:15 GMT, because I have to set my alarm clock.
CET. It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
So I think it'll, to finish answering your question, I think it'll be a very good year. I think we have at least, I would say, a year left in this bull, and I don't even think we've gotten to the really fun part yet. Like I think we'll know it when we start getting crazy intraday moves to the upside and resistance is taken out. Then you start to get those vibes. Then maybe by the end of this year, early next year, start to plan a little bit and be like, selling's not bad, taking profit is not bad. And if you don't, you could have to wait years down the road again. And are you going to want to be twiddling your
stake for the bull market?
Yeah.
The thing is, taking profits, that's all fine. Nobody has an issue with that. Where I'm really still, they call me the angry hamster sometimes. Where I'm still not happy and not pleased is people nuking their full positions and just murdering and destroy. And when the trend is already downwards, just dump more and more to make it even worse. So that's not how people should treat their hex. I feel this.
I agree with that, but I mean, we can't
the diamonds
control,
and the marbles thing. Like,
we can't control everyone's
advice.
wallets, but at the same time, when that price action does turn around, when there are significantly more buyers than sellers, those sellers won't matter, and they're going to want to hang on anyway, because once that swing is in effect, I think it'll be later this year. They're going to want to hold on, and they might hold on all the way up to the top and then ride it all the way back down because they're in disbelief once more, and they're terrible traders. So, it's to each their own. But I do agree with you that it does make things a lot tougher. But the news events over the past 6 months have made that tough on everybody. So you get the doubt, and it's so hard to get a stock or a crypto off the mat, and we've been on the mat
move again for
so long. And it's like that meme with the guy in the stick. He's like, do something. And we've been on the mat for a while. Now we're starting to do something, and I think we're going to keep on moving up. It's not going to be in a straight line, but we've had a nice move. We're like what with Hex, like a penny and a half or above. We've been holding that for a while now, and it seems like it's digesting. And then if we go up and we start to take out over 2 cents, then the next move is on. And then
we've seen Hex when it can go, it just goes, you know. But it needs that initial.
But
somebody needs to push it off the cliff.
This time has something that last move never had behind it, and it's the bridging of significant capital from certain wallets over to the chain. And I can't specify how huge that could be long term.
It could be massive. I was surprised to see that myself when he's still in the middle of certain turmoils, but
well, at the same time, I thought about it from the other side, and it's like, okay, well, if someone is being accused of fraud and the assets, are sitting there, one, they haven't moved, okay, but two, they go back into the very thing that you're calling fraud on and benefits potentially the people, then that's the anti-definition of fraud. So it's
very true.
It's comedy to me. And
questions. Okay, we got to bring this into for a landing.
Couple questions, Your Honor.
A couple questions. May I approach the bench? So, yeah. Thank you. And number, I want Cabana. Look, nobody's gonna like project into the future more than me. I want to really test you because you're a smart guy. I want to know after the looking forward and understanding that we have 90-something% pullbacks, where do you think we're going to be in the next low of the next bear cycle? Not financial advice. If you had a gun to your head and I said, where would we be, Hex and Pulse, in the next bear, the next bottom of the next bear, based on your intuition only, where do you think we'd land?
Oh, see, I would have to have a chart, and I don't have charts on right in front
Where's
of me.
Toby, by the way, Cryptomatic? He said he was going to come. He didn't. Okay. Anyway, please.
It would have been now the time for TA with Toby.
The wild card here is that Hex kind of had its stock split in a way. So if Hex would have stayed one coin instead of EHEX and then Hex, then I would have said kind of what Crypto Khalil says in the comments there. I'd say like 50 cents ish could be the bottom, because typically, and Bitcoin does this all the time, Ethereum does it, it goes up, it makes new all-time highs, and then in that next huge dip, a lot of times it comes right back down and it tests, maybe even goes through that old high, but in that area, in that channel, it kind of forms that next cycle's low. Bitcoin pretty much did that. We hit 20K years and years ago. It went down, busted through that a little bit, went to like, 15K. That's why I thought Richard's 11K in Prey was a little overly bearish, but you know what? He got within 4,000 of it, so props to him. And we kind of settled from there. Ethereum, I think it was like that 1,400 level. Yeah, we went through it, but it also kind of acted as a support range. It's not an exact science, but that's kind of how I look at crypto cycles is, look at the old high. If we bust through it, awesome. That could serve as a support test in the future. What I will say is it's also very rare for crypto to, do multiple cycle highs. I mean, I think the list is quite short, right?
Yeah, especially for altcoins.
Yes,
that
would
be a masterpiece in itself for us.
Right. So if Hex does that, that will be absolutely bananas, and we will all, have a epic celebration.
If Hex does a new all-time high, that's like that. It would put in dirt all the other altcoins, like that's something
okay,
unlikely,
unprecedented.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Unprecedented.
Yeah, because so I guess
but hold on, what I would say to this is, if you just look at Hex on the Pulsechain side, this is the whole chart. This hasn't mooned like at all. So if we just focus on that, this has yet to achieve new all-time highs in a way, and the liquidity bonding might just drag Ethereum Hex alongside with it and everything else. So this could be an argument for that to happen.
Yeah, I do think Ethereum Hex, or how should I better say it, that P Hex will always trade, or I have thought that it will trade at a premium to EHEX.
At a premium,
It's figuring out what that ratio is. Some people's ratios are, wider than others. What are we? 2-to-1 ish right now? I don't even know.
Pretty much, yeah. It's always like a 50%.
1.6 to 2.
And it's funny because people waste so much mental and social capital on it. When EHEX rips, then it's like, well, I told you that they were going to be the same price. And then when PHEX rips, then it's like, well, I told you EHEX was going to be worth crap. And it's just like, let's, pick your coins, diversify yourselves. There are multiple ways to diversify yourself. If you believe, say, that HEX on Pulsechain is going to be, you believe that's going to be the winner, and you, dare I say, nuke a lot of your EHEX. You still have a lot of Hedron. You still maybe have some ICOSA. You still have ECOM. So if those are buried in your wallet somewhere and you've just kind of like forgotten about them or tucked them away, if EHEX comes back, rips, and maybe surpasses PHEX for whatever reason one day, all those derivatives are going to be worth a lot more than they are right now. And you
sell those.
Right.
Sell those first.
That's another way you could do it. You could sell, say, your derivative plays right now and keep your HEX, but they should all kind of move in a way together. But those are just a couple of ideas to maybe bring some people peace of mind. If they felt like they made a mistake and nuked their bags of one coin, well, maybe you might have a lot of this other coin if you minted it at the time and can still mint. So
you're saying it's more of an inclusive portfolio look that you have to do versus just watching one coin perform. It's like adding all of your bags together that you naturally have from being a HEX staker.
I half jokingly put diversifier extraordinaire in there, but I am very diversified across HEX and Pulsechain. Like you can tell, like a lot of the guests I have on my shows, I focus a lot on. We talk a lot about Pateus, the DEX aggregator, which has just been an amazing product. That's pretty much where I do most of my transactions. You get pretty much the best prices that I've seen on there. And that asset has performed magnificently.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
By the way, another thing about Pateus that I really admire is the way that it fucks the bots out of the dumps. That's the key secret sauce of Pateus. I love it because and this is not financial advice.
No,
I'm just saying that never before have we had a DEX that grabs from all the other, a DEX aggregator that selects from all the other DEXs and then equally balances everything so that the arbitrage bots cannot actually continue the downward spiral of that price and sell against each other. It doesn't have that chain reaction at all. This is brilliant. But anyway, we are coming to the end of our strict 1 hour format, and
so strict.
Where to find you, Cabana. Chill yourself.
Chill your shit, Cabana.
At CabanaCrypto on all platforms, the Instagrams, the X's, what else is out there? I think there's a TikTok account. Haven't done
You're
much.
on Kick now too.
Oh yeah,
Twitch.
Kick, the Twitch, yes, but mostly YouTube and the Twitter /X. We do happy hour shows. Probably like we've been doing them once a month. It's just I was joking with the guys earlier before we got on in the green room. Getting guests is like a little bit harder than it used to be. Just not to say they're guests are hard to get. It's just the tracking them down. It is a good effort to do that sometimes.
Oh,
And
we know.
take my hat off to like guys like Matty Allen who take the time to do that and have more regular shows than I. But yeah, Big K and I are
I won't
always
physically take my hat off, but I will proverbially,
please don't,
metaphorically take my hat off to Matty Allen. Absolutely.
Yeah, Big K and I were just talking 2 days ago, about what our next show is going to be. So we're definitely looking forward to it. Usually Fridays at 5 p.m. is when we do it. But yeah, just stay tuned to those socials, and I always tweet out in advance, when we're doing something.
Awesome. Tomorrow would be a Friday by accident, so I see you rolling the date for the Happy Hexmas Happy Hour with Walrus. You're rolling that forward. Is that happening tomorrow or not?
No,
really?
I don't think so. That's probably a good reminder.
We're still traveling
for me to change that.
Fair
no, I have to get him on board. He's pretty hard to track down as well. So
yeah, busy man.
Yeah.
So follow CabanaCrypto. The links are in the description. Check out his X account for any show updates. Thank you guys for watching. This means the world to us. You could be anywhere in the world. You're here with us, just chilling. Thank you, Cabana, for coming on the show. This was amazing conversations today. Hit the like, subscribe, hit the bell,
and get your testicles.
Get your testicles in
order. And hashtag unremarkables.
Outro.